2 spoons, which means it has a little too slow and a little too fail to be amazing. There's not a lot that it can do other than click break. And because in this game, you can only use one brick break TM, you have to be really confident on its Rancho, but better every single way. It's got 4 arms instead of 2 arms, it's like twice the damage, which is how that works. So this is a really great Pokemon. Very strong, relatively a little slow, just really is a great ability. Not as good on the slow Pokemon, but pretty good ability. Tentacool is next here. Tentacool is an S tier Pokemon. Tentacool is outspeed Flygon, outspeed Salamence. One of the few water types that can easily outspeed all of those guys. Just generally pretty good. Really good into Altaria, really good into Swablu, like all of those. It's not hard. Otherwise, that's Swablu. But really good into Winona, so this is a solid Pokemon. Graveler, at low C tier. There's better Pokemon than Graveler. The ground types are not as good without Bulldoze because you don't have a really reliable way to hit stuff with staff ground type moves other than Dig, which is worse in this game, Magnitude, which is worse in this game, and Earthquake, which is shit I'm getting to much later. There's better defensive pivots. This is solid, but it's not like an amazing encounter. Golem is a little bit better. I'll put it in low B tier, but same thing. I mean, it's strong, but especially late game, like, it's not doing anything against Wallace, that's for sure, so I don't know, this is okay, but Magneton is an S tier Pokemon. This is really good, especially with this really helps against it as well, because it can do Shockwave. Dodrio's okay. I think I would prefer Raichu over Dodrio in Safari Zone like 9 out of 10 times, unless I already have an electric type or something. The other good thing about Magneton is that you can pretty much guarantee catching, so maybe Raichu's not quite as good because of that. You can always just do this, but Dodrio is fast, it's strong, but actually because we have a flying normal type that we can get instead of this, that is significantly better, I'm going to put it in smaller TQ, but it's not a secret tenant. Hunt means that this is what you're getting in Fiery Path, and you're also not getting coughing or wheezing, so I think this is pretty low tier. I think it's much better in later generations. This is, yeah, I mean, it's a good special defensive wall, I suppose. I think I would prefer most of the other Pokemon in Fiery Path over this Pokemon. So let's see here. Electrode is very fast. It's got explosion. Don't be afraid to blow up your Pokemon in Nuzlocke. This essentially makes taking Raizo really free to just blow up on their first 2 Pokemon with this thing. Great sacrificial land this Pokemon. Weezing is definitely better than Muck. I mean, the ground type immunity is really nice. It's very defensively holding. And it just can't really deliver too much damage in return. And again, I think I prefer like Hammer Under Torpor here over Weezing in Fire Path. I would say something like this. It's a solid encounter for sure. But because we don't have lefties in this game, really, unless you get pickup and cheap use pickup, but like, yeah, it doesn't have reliable recovery. It doesn't hit that very hard because Snowdrop is physical. Yeah, it's not an amazing Pokemon, but it's solid. You can do a lot worse. Rhydon is better than Graveler and Golem in every single way, but again, because you're getting it so late and you're predominantly facing special attackers and water types, I don't know, it's not that good. I would rather get some of these other Safari Zone Pokemon than Rhydon, so. Seadra, we'll separate Seadra and Kingdra because not everybody can get Kingdra. Seadra is maybe a little bit better than Golda, maybe. I don't actually know if that's true. I think it might be a little faster, something like that. It's a pretty average water type. Seaking is a below average water type. If you're going to do a swim encounter, then you're going to want Seadra. So let's actually put this like low C tier. This is a very mediocre Pokemon. It's much better once it gets access to physical waterfall because it gains like better attack and physical attack for some reason. But I mean, I guess you can spam one for all you want. Don't think it's good one. Another great Ice Beam user. This is a better Ice Beam user than Tentacool. Really Pokemon can get recovered. The one thing that you have to be careful about is that once you evolve it, you have to be very careful with its moveset, because if you use Recover or Psychic on it, then you can't get it back because it's a Stone evolution. So you have to be a little bit careful with that, but this is a phenomenal Pokemon, disgusting. And you can usually pretty much guarantee it by getting on the tubes and fishing in other places, and again, this is Roly Cove or in Beyond what I have. Pinsir, this poor bastard really got got screwed before like Generation 4 and 5 when more moves became like physical and it started getting access to stuff. Not the worst bug type, but it's just Heracross with worse. It's okay, but no, we're not, no. I actually don't think this even gets a bug move in this game. So it's not even like it's that good against freaking King Liza. No, this is a bad encounter. You're likely to accidentally have it run in the Safari Zone anyways. I'd much rather take many of these other Pokemon than this Pinsir. Sorry, Pinsir. Gyarados, I mean, busted Pokemon, Intimidate, Disgusting, really bulky. Even without the physical special split, and it has to rely on like Return or Earthquake or whatever, this is a nasty Pokemon. Dragon Dance, like, I don't know. If anybody doesn't put this in S tier, then they're insane. Really easy to guarantee any electric type that the opponent has. But yeah, this is a disgusting Pokemon. No, disgusting second one. Crobat is another normally S tier Pokemon. In this game, I'm going to put it in high A tier because its moveset is really underwhelming in this game. It does not get Crunch, it does not get Brave Bird, so you're stuck with Aerial Ace, and I want to say Poison Fang. There's no Cross Poison. That being said, you can get it pretty early, and it's very good for such a speedy Pokemon, so it's a very good Pokemon. The Ludicolo that Wallace has, it actually does really well into that and teaches Aerial Ace. But other than that, you know, it's missing out a little bit on these higher base power moves that it gets in your games. Lantern, I'll be honest, I've never really used Lantern in this game. It gets Volt Absorb, so that's pretty good. It can wall a lot of Wallace's team because of its water typing, as well as Juan's team, so it's solid. I think it's still better than all of these other Pokemon here, for sure. Yeah. Xatu is kind of a nothing Pokemon. It doesn't do anything amazingly, but it doesn't do anything poorly. It's kind of like a jack-of-all-trades sort of thing. You're very likely to get it in the Safari Zone, but again, it's not really doing much. I guess it has Wish Pass. It has Wish Pass. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that it really does all that well, and it's surprisingly speedy, so that's good. So I'll put it around Raichu, I suppose. Blossom is a pretty solid Pokemon, surprisingly bulky either on special defense or defense. I want to say special defense. The downside, of course, is that there's like no good grass types in this game. You either send the Pedal Dance or Magical Leaf. But in terms of the grass types that you have access to, there's really only one or two that are better than it. I think it's better than Milotic, but it's not much better than these other Pokemon. I would put this in maybe tier as well, something right here. Yeah, it's okay. You can get Moonlight, you can do some decent damage, and it's really helpful into like Drip or stuff like that with Magical Leaf. If you could just double keep, right? Azumarill, normally a filthy Pokemon who's a huge power waterfall in this game. It's not that good. It's just too slow, and you can't take advantage of its power because all of its water moves are special in this game. I honestly think that it's not as good as these other two water types. The one benefit is that you usually get it earlier than these. Actually, because of that, it's bulky enough that it helps into Brawly, which can be kind of a wall in early game, and it helps into Roxanne, obviously, if you take Torchic. So that's actually much more usable than these Pokemon. So I'm going to end both I suppose. Wobbuffet, you guarantee this Pokemon, so that's cool. You can always get this from the egg, why not? So that's nice. Wobbuffet's not as good in Nuzlocke as people might think it is, just because the AI rarely ever switches, so you don't really get anything out of Shadow Tech. If you play it on set mode, you usually have to bring the Wobbuffet in, take an attack, and then also take another attack, which is really hard if you're playing around crits. So it's not quite as good as you might think, but Encore is obviously filthy. We'll put this in low tier or something like this. It's not terrible by any means. And it can learn Charm. I guess because of the Effect Charm, we can put it here, maybe something like that. I don't know. Alright, Girafarig. Oh man, buddy. I don't think you're that good. I mean, I guess actually you're quite good because you got Shadow Ball. Never mind, I take it back. Girafarig, my DB Pony, you're high B tier simply because you make the trivial. You bring Girafarig, you can Shadow Ball, kill Phoebe, there's nothing that they can do to it. There's other better normal types, I would argue. I would rather have Girafarig on me simply for the Shadow Ball. Heracross is an A-tier Pokemon, even without close combat. Very few Pokemon that have flying moves, so other than that, it's pretty bulky in special defense. Very strong Pokemon, relatively speedy, and Guts, which is obviously good. You can bring Rick, slap the White Herb onto it, you sweep Sydney, you can definitely sweep the Glacier Lady, and you can also probably take care of a couple of Wallace's Pokemon. Lucario is an F-tier Pokemon. This thing evolves at level 38. If you don't get this until very late in the game, Slugma sucks balls. No pun intended. Bad typing, it's not very strong, it's too slow. This is an F-tier encounter. You get this instead of freaking Spinda or armory on that one round point instead of Oracle in Fiery Path, and I would be pissed. Trash Pokemon first S tier for sure. Ursula's okay, but no, it's not. This thing is bad. You don't get it until late in the game, so like it doesn't do anything into the Elite Four. Never bring this Pokemon into the Elite Four. There is no reason for it. It's not even good into the Water type champion because it's got the Rock typing, so it's too weak to do. As always, S tier Pokemon. In this game, it doesn't have Roost, so it's not quite as good. It's very defensively bulky. It's very good at Contain Visa, for example. Defensive wall, it's fast. The immunity to Earthquake. Great typing, especially without the very typing. So this is an easier for sure. There is the downside that you can't get this without a trade, but if you're playing trades or using booster orders with the trade, then it's a very good one. Dog Fan, trash moveset. I don't think it even learns Earthquake by level up, if I remember correctly, so for that reason it's too. But it is a very solid Pokemon if you want to waste your Earthquake TM on it. And you're going to get it pretty late in the game, and at that point, you're facing a lot of water types. You're facing against Tate Eliza, so it's really not that good. I'd actually argue that it's not even better than these ones now that I think about it. Yeah, I think you always want Heracross if you can from the Safari Zone. All these other Safari Zone counters are not that good. Get it to 5. Striker. No, wait, get it to 5. Striker. No, wait, get it to 5. Striker. Grab those wild playing with those guys. Sceptile. Okay, all of these are pretty good Pokemon because they are starters. Sceptile is definitely the best of the grass types in this game because it has a leaf blade, so it actually gets a 5 base power stab move. And it's very fast, relatively bulky and stuff. So I would put this in the A tier for sure. Better than these guys, something like this. Blaziken, one of the few fire types in the game, one of the few fighting types in the game if you don't get Medicham or Hariyama. So this is a very good Pokemon. This is a good choice as well. The bad thing about Sceptile is that you really have to rely on other encounters to deal with Watson. Watson is a huge issue, and if you go with Sceptile, then you're really in trouble because you don't have the fire type or fighting type Blaziken that takes care of the Magneton, and you don't have obviously the ground moves, the Marshmallow that makes it completely trivial. But this is still a really good Pokemon. Other than Watson, though, after that, it kind of falls off. It's not that you just want anything else because it takes super effective damage to take Liza, it takes super effective damage from the ground types that Maxie has, for example, the water types. Not super useful, obviously, into Winona. Pretty good into Norman, though. So I guess Norman as well. This is very good. Though I don't think you'll be getting Blaziken before Norman, so you just have to be fussing. But still, very, very solid Pokemon, obviously. Swampert is by far the best. Water Ground is a phenomenal typing in this game. As you can see, water types in general are very good, but in this game, Water Ground is very good because there are very few Pokemon that have grass type moves that you actually have to fight. So this thing is phenomenal. Stab Earthquake, obviously, you get, again, it makes lots of completely trivial, which is otherwise incredibly difficult. I suppose, thinking about it now, that because Grappler and Golem are one of the only Pokemon that is good into Watson and that you can get early game, maybe these are high tier actually. Yeah, I think actually now that I think about it, these are better than Dog Fan explicitly because of Watson. That's the only thing they're good for. Diana, because of how ubiquitous it is, how easy it is to get, is actually quite good. I'm going to put this in A tier. It might be kind of weird, but it's got Intimidate. You pretty much can guarantee it because it's in so many routes. Dark type is actually quite good into Tate Liza, who can be really, really difficult. So you just keep this thing around, use it when you need to get an Intimidate off, and then just have it sit there in front of Tate Liza, Solrock, and Unitone. It's actually a very useful Pokemon for what it is. It's pretty weak, and it sucks that it crunches special attack in this game. But you can teach it Shadow Ball if you want, if you don't have a better opportunity. Pretty solid Pokemon. Lagoon, if you've seen my video, one of my first videos, you can set up a guaranteed sweep of the Emerald Elite Four with Lagoon and Jellycrumb. More or less guaranteed, it's almost impossible to lose. This, I would say this is fantastic Pokemon. It's also just good in general. It gives early access to Headbutt, so it does decent damage to get pickups, so you can get a lot of more useful items. Yeah, this is a really easy Pokemon here. I didn't keep this thing alive. You don't find it choosing the Elite Four, and it's a guaranteed Elite Four. So check out that video. I'll put a little card thing here, there, somewhere. Beautifly. Sorry buddy, Beautifly, it's not F tier because it evolves so early and it gets okay for the game, but it's pretty low down there. And 9 out of 10 times I'm going to want Dustox over Beautifly. Dustox is A tier, actually, I would argue, because of the matchup into Brawly. This thing resists all of Brawly's screws by ×4. If you can get Dustox, it makes Brawly a beast. Beautify is still B for Brawly. You know what? I think Beautify, that's fair. That's fair. We can put Beautify in B for Brawly. Again, Dustox has a little bit more viability like later in the game, and also even kind of be okay to Watson if you need him to be. Beautify is definitely not as good, but you're right, that's my bad. I'd rather have him than Azumarill for Brawler, I think. You're right, thank you, Chad. Thank you for keeping me honest, I forgot. Look at this Weedle Sprite, what is this? That's a fake Sprite, that is not a real Sprite. Look at this thing. Ludicolo. I think in later gens, this is one of the best encounters you can get. Water Grass is a really good typing in this game because you have to do Lombre until after the 7th gym before you can get a freaking Water Stone. This thing is not nearly as good, but it's very good at the walls. Giga Drain and just Surf and Ice Beam, pretty good with this thing. I think this might actually be better than Sunflower, if I'm being honest, because of the water typing. Do I think that? Yes. This is a good encounter, but it's only good at mid-game. It's pretty much dodge for the first part of the game. You're never using this into any. I think because of that reason, Sunflower is more viable. This is trash for the first like 6 games, but in the late game, it's quite good. Shiftry is an excellent encounter. I'm trying to think of a reason that this is good. I guess technically it's solid into Tate and Liza. Yeah, just explicitly because of Tate and Liza, it's not horrible into the Solrock. It takes advantage of the chlorophyll if Solrock sets up the sunny day. Back that, I suppose it's just a special attacker. It's a fun Pokemon. Alright, baby boy Swellow, my boy Blue. This is an S tier encounter. I would be willing to, no, because Gyarados is guaranteed. But I would be willing to argue that if you get this thing, it makes the game almost completely trivial. Give it some attack IVs, free poison or free burning from guts, so you just get an instant +1 attack. Use Pachade, Facade, whatever you want to call it. Use that, you can sneak through almost the entire game. Really just busted Pokemon because of how fast it is as the encounter. However, not as good as it is in later games, and it's not quite as good as it is in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum because the physical special split doesn't get near Slash. So it's just a little too weak in this game. There's much better water types and much better flying types, so I'm going to put this in high B tier.
Switch to Chrome is staying the same across devices, so your tabs go everywhere you go. Fast, safe, and yours. Okay?
Alright, Gardevoir is an S tier. We're going to change this order a little bit here. We're going to do this. This is a psychic type that is really strong and really powerful. You get it very early in the game. And I think it learns All Mind early in the game too, like level 30 or something. This is a really good Pokemon that can do devastating amounts of damage very early in the game. So yeah. Alright, Masquerain is not in Pokemon Emerald, but it is technically Ruby and Sapphire, so I can rate it here. It's not totally useless, obviously, because you got Intimidate on it, but it's Bug Flying, which is trash. It's not a good Pokemon, and it's like a 2% encounter rate or whatever. So you're very unlikely to get this. It's almost not worth ranking, but like, I don't know, it's fine. Brelin's an S tier Pokemon. Just completely trivializes Watson for the most part. It pulled up very early. It's got Hot Punch, it's got Leech Seed. It doesn't really need its grass typing, but it's a very good fighting type. And honestly, just Hot Punch and pulled up is very, very, very deadly. Let's actually separate this here, because there's an argument to be made to not evolve this Lightning or your Vidrock. Because Vidrock is a very fast Pokemon. It does a lot of damage, and you don't have to deal with Vidrock. So because of that, I would actually put this in high B tier. It's not amazing, and there's a lot of other normal types that are really good, like, for example, you have to not have a here to keep this up to you. But it's still really strong and relatively bulky and pretty fast. And it has Vital Spirit, so you won't also so you know how to use it. If you're playing on set mode, if you're playing on switch mode, this thing is an S tier encounter, but we're going to leave it A tier. It's nothing better than this. Something like this. Yeah, just got to be careful that you don't accidentally leave it into true on top on turns where like your phone picks it up or heal for free or stuff like that, right? So there's a lot of ways that you can screw up with this Pokemon, but if you pull it off, obviously it's a really good Pokemon. Alright, Ninjas, I will rank these going on the idea that you can only keep one of them. And if you're going to keep one of them, friggin' keep Ninja. Ninja is not very good, especially in this game. You just don't have any good ways to do it. It's just super frail. It's worse than Masquerain, that's for sure, because at least the Masquerain has Actually, this is an F2. It's very fast, but it doesn't matter. You're not doing much damage like you get in Pokemon. Get TVs, it's not worth it. Shedinja obviously is an S tier Pokemon. If you don't know what Shedinja's deal is, it's a Pokemon with 1 HP, but it has Wonder Guard, meaning that it can only be damaged by like weather and stuff like that, as well as super effective moves. If you take advantage of that, you get free switches, you can completely wall certain Pokemon. It's a very must Pokemon. There's a reason that a lot of people ban this. I will say here, if it's your first time Nuzlocke, don't ban any Pokemon. Just do it with all of these busted Pokemon and just make sure to have some fun, right? Don't feel bad about using Shedinja if you want to use Shedinja, but it is a very broken Pokemon. X-Cloud. X-Cloud is an F-tier Pokemon. This is a terrible Pokemon. It's just trash. There are so many better normal types. He's slow, he's not very bulky. But other than that, it's not very bulky. Completely screwed by the physical special split. This Pokemon sucks. This is a terrible Pokemon. I've never been able to make this Pokemon work. I mean, it does have soundproof, I guess. Cool. The wild genie up to use Stink isn't going to put you to sleep. What do you freaking do? Don't use this Pokemon. Sack it if you need to. This is best for a sack. Harvey Yummy. Pretty solid Pokemon. Fighting type is pretty good. I'll put this in A tier. It's not as good as Blazing.